Hello and welcome to this short video on Mark Brown systems, just on a system overview of the signals that you're getting from Mark Brown systems. I just want to do this short video just basically because there were lots of questions coming in on how to use these systems and signals and how to read them. So this is why we are doing this video. As you can see, this is on trade signals from Mark Brown. I'm just going to go through end of day systems first, which you will get in your email. So let me just go into what that would look like. So it would look like something like this, where you get in your inbox. You can see the date that was sent here is 10 July. This is just US time, so ignore that. So that should be actually 10 PM your time in UK. Okay. So as you can see, you get something reading like this. So you get Vedanta 01, 02, 03, 04. What this means is this is trading system 1, 2, 3 and 4. You can see trading system 1 to 3 is based on the euro dollar. Currently this one here, trading system model 1, is actually short on euro at 1.2796. okay, from this level point here. But currently right now this is in a loss. It's in a loss of 175 pips of risk. Okay, so it depends on whatever pounds per point you put, position size you put, then that will convert into dollars or pounds. You can see model 2, it's the same thing. It went in at the same level short as well. The only difference between model 1 and model 2 is just the way that how quite tight the momentum switch is basically. Both of them, actually all these models are channel volatility breakouts, and just the difference would be the entry usually will be the same, but however the exit might differ between these models. As you can see, Vedanta 03 at the moment is actually flat. In fact, because let's say today you opened up your email inbox, or you subscribed to the signals as of today, and you saw this in your inbox, which has already been triggered in the trade systems, already in the trade. That means you can't place the trade anymore. It's just like the live trading room. Once we are in the trade, and if you missed it, you've missed it. Yeah. But however, if it goes to flat, and then you can have a watch out for it. If tomorrow it starts saying, okay, it's now long from 1.2800, then you can start going in. If you missed it by 5 or 6 pips on that day that it went long, so that's fine, you can still place the trade. Okay, it's the same on euro dollar as well. So if let's say tomorrow, if it starts saying, instead of saying flat, it's from short, or instead of saying flat, it starts saying long, that means it's switched to a long position, and then you can place it long immediately as of tomorrow. Yeah, if it does do that. So that's how you read this. So it's from 1, 2, 3, and the last one, Vedanta 4 system model, is actually S&P futures. Yeah, currently right now is flat. It was going long for a very long time, and it did make a profit, but now it's gone back to being flat. So if it does go long again, and then you can take it as a long, or if it goes short, you can take a short as well. Okay, so that's with that end of day positions. Now what I'm going to be doing is actually going and looking at the next one, which is actually the daily stretch signals that you will be getting. The daily stretch is basically based on daily bars, as the name suggests, but what we have done is that we've done the signals. Mark has done the signals, Mark Brown has done the signals such that you get it 4 times in a day. Okay, so it can be also applied intraday as well. So this is an intraday system. But however, if you just want to only place the ones at the end of day, which is just the one which is sent at about 9 PM our time, this is 3 PM US time, which is sent about 9 PM our time, then you can just select just that one, only to put that only. Now, how does this work? But this gets sent 4 times in a day. So if you want to do intraday as well, you can do it. But however, if you choose to put it only once in a day, which is the end of day for the next day, then you can just choose the 9:05 PM email that comes, and that will say actually daily stretch. In fact, it's not this one, it's this one here. Can you see it's daily stretch, saying it's been the daily stretch sent today. Again, this will be sent like about 10:05 PM your time. Okay, now let's take a look at this. How would we place a trade on this? Let's take a look at GBP USD here. Yeah, so what this is an OCO order, so one cancels the other. So what you have is a buy order here for buy stop, sell stop, and this thing called fade sell is basically your target price. Okay, so you got your buy stop, then you got your sell stop, which is your stop loss for the buy order, and then finally you got a target price as well. Then you also have a sell order as well at the same time. So this is what we call OCO, one cancels the other. I'll explain this very soon. So you also got a short order as well. So that's the entry, sell stop. This is our stop loss for a short order, and this is our target for a short order as well. This is all for cable. So what we will do is actually place a long order plus as well as place a short order as well. So that's what we're doing over here. So placing two orders, whichever that gets triggered first, then you should cancel the other order. In MetaTrader, I believe that you cannot do it automatically, but however, other broker accounts actually can do it automatically, where they will cancel by themselves. If you want to do it manually, then you can as well. Then you can just cancel it once one gets triggered. You can then manually cancel the other. So let's take a look at this one here. So on cable here, so maybe let me just minimize this so that we can, in fact, let me see. Okay, good. So we got this here. In fact, this is disappearing. So what I'm going to do, yeah, maybe perhaps the best way to do this. Okay, let me just do this. Just move to the other screen, and I can just mark it off here. Okay, now let's take a look at this. So now, GBPUSD, it's reading as, you can see GBPUSD is reading as sell stop is 1.5041. So let's see a short order here, 1.5041. Let me go on to the GBPUSD chart. Let me show you how this is done. So 1.5021 is our entry. So let's take a look at this. So this has already entered us. So maybe the best one to do is go into the 1 hour time frame. So let's see where it would have got in. 1.5021, which is there. Let me just mark it off. So 1.5021, that would have been our entry order to go long. Stop loss would have been at 1.5001. Okay, so somewhere around here. And then our target would have been actually at 1.5041. Yeah. So let me do that as well. 1.5041. Okay. So what we do have here is our target. Right. So that's our target here. So let me just put that as this one here, and then that here would be our stop loss. Okay, so that's for the long order. So now let's take a look at actually the short order. Now the short order would have been at 1.4981. Let me put that in. So it would have been here 1.4981, and the stop loss, however, would have been at 1.5001 over here, and then our target would have been at 1.4960. Okay. Now, what time did the signal come out to us? At 10:05. So let's say you place this at about 10:10. Okay. So what time did these orders come in? So let's say we placed an order at 10:10 at this one is at 5021. So that wouldn't have actually filled us, and now this orders actually would still be valid. Now let me just go and take a look at 15 minutes. So as of, this is how we do it. So basically 15021 is currently now the buy stop order. So this is where we are saying it should be entering us at 9. So in fact this was at 10 p.m. because this is 1 hour behind. So I'm just going to go and take a look at the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so as you can see, this was the entry order here of 150. So what time did this get entered? So this is 9 o'clock to 9:15. So we would have just got into this order basically. We would have definitely got it here when it retraced back. So 9:15. So this is 10:15. As you can see in my MetaTrader charts over here, it says 21:15, but actually it is it's 10:15. It's just 1 hour behind. So according to these triggers, we would have entered here at about 9:15. In fact, let me just go into 5 minutes. This will be much more clearer for us. Let me just put that up. Okay, so we got 1.5021. This was 9:10, and then finally at 9:10, this is 9:05. Okay, that's good. So this came in at about 5:10. You could have placed an order here, and you would have got in at 5021, which would have triggered our long order. So we cancel the short order at the moment, and that would then have basically hit our target at that time itself, or it would have hit it at 20 to 10. I believe you understand this. So our long order is a 5021, which got triggered at about 9:10, which was just 5 minutes after our email came in. Even if you missed that, you would have caught it at 9:15, or at 9:25, where it went back up again. So you would have got that, and then it would then have hit our target at 20 to 10. Okay, so that's how you read that email. So you can see over here how we can read that email and how I've drawn all of that. So that's our buy stop 5021 here, and for GBPUSD 5041, our target price, and then our sell stop. Our stop loss is at 5001. As you can see, it already triggered on the long side, so it will cancel then the short order. So that's how you read that. That's only a GBPUSD. You can do all the same for the other currencies as well. I believe that has given you a better understanding of how to basically enter that trade on the daily stretch. So you get this for 4 sessions in the day, like the Tokyo session, which is the end of day 1, and then the Europe sessions, and then you also get the one on the US sessions as well. Yeah, so you will get all of those sessions. Now, what is the next one that we would be looking at? So we looked at the end of day systems, we looked at daily stretch, and the last one that we'll be looking at is the end of day pivot points. Yeah, so now let's take a look at that. Now, what Mark has designed on the end of day pivot points is basically levels that you can be really looking at. So let me just give you an idea of how this works. So the end of session pivot points, what they are basically, he gives you pivot levels, which is bespoke, which is based on different time frames and algos formulas. So you can see over here on the GBPUSD, there's a pivot level point of 1.4922. So I'm going to map all this on the chart. I'm just going to show that to you right now. So let's take a 1 hour chart. So right now you got 1.4922. So let me just do that, 1.4922. So let's put that there. So that's 1.4922. That's how we can draw up the lines. And then on the support level, you got 1.4900. So let's do that as well. So 1.4900. Okay, so let's do that. So let me just do a line like that. Okay, and then we've got 1.4864, which is just right about here. Okay, so 1.4864. So we got 1.4900, 1.4864. This is support level 2, and then finally a resistance level 1 is a 1.4959. Let's do that as well. Okay, and then finally then we got 1.4981, and that would be just right about here. And let me just put just a small green line over here, and you can see all of that just mapped onto that. So you can see that I've just mapped it on from here. As you can see, 1.4922, that's just this blue line here, that's the daily pivot line. 1.4959, 1.4981, which is all here as well, which is your resistance 1 and resistance 2. And then over here support level 1 is 1.4900, and then finally we got a support level 2, which is 1.4864. Okay, so that's how you draw all of that up on the screen. Now, how do you use them? You have to develop trading systems on them. That you have to do it yourself. But basically, you can use the levels. Let's say this is an uptrend. You can wait for it to break through the pivot point, wait for it to retrace, and then you can start looking to enter that particular trade. You can do it on the 1 hour time frame, or you can even do it on the 15-minute time frame. Let's take a look at the 15-minute time frame. You can see that there was a breakthrough. There was a good uptrend here. It's going up here, and then finally you can see there was a breakthrough, and there was a good breakout here, and then it retraced. We had a first retracement here, red bar, and then finally then it closed above. You could have entered here, and then your stop loss, and you got to decide where you're going to put it. Maybe behind a support level 1, maybe perhaps. So these are the things that you can do. Maybe just a simple system like that, but you got to test it before then you publish it and execute it. Okay, so that's to do the pivot point. So that's how you would use the pivot points on that particular basis. Okay, so these are the things that we basically looked at. So we looked at the end of day systems. Let me just show that to you again. So we looked at the end of day systems here. As you can see, I explained all the 4 trading models. We then also looked at the daily stretch as well, which was this over here. Let me just get that. Okay, there you go. So that's the daily stretch that we looked at as well. And then we also finally we looked at just now is the end of session pivot points, where how you can then, using those levels, then you can draw it onto your chart. Remember that this also gets sent out 4 times in a day, depending on the sessions. This got sent out at 9:05. You can use these levels for your Tokyo session. However, if you want to use it for the European session, then you got to look for the one that comes out in the morning. I believe that comes out usually at about in the morning time, about 6 a.m. I believe. Yeah, so that's the one you got to use, and that will come out possibly about, I think, 11 p.m., which is US time, and then 5 a.m., 6 a.m. our time. So look out for that one which says 5, 6 a.m. You can use that for the European session, and you will do the exact same thing what I've done. Draw on the pivot points over here. Okay. Now, I believe that really wraps up the on the system overview. Of course, if you have any questions, please do call us or contact us on how to use those signals. Alright, okay, that's all from me for now. Good luck trading, take care, and bye for now.